The Dark Ages in Britain, spanning roughly from the 5th to the 11th century, is a period often shrouded in mystery and romanticized in the tales of King Arthur and his knights. This era, marked by the decline of Roman influence and the influx of various invading forces, witnessed significant social, political, and cultural transformations. In this exploration, we delve into the realities of life in Dark Age Britain, attempting to uncover the truths that lie beneath the veil of myth and legend, with a special focus on the enigmatic figure of King Arthur. The withdrawal of Roman legions in 410 CE left a power vacuum in Britain. The Romano-British population, once under Roman governance, now faced the challenges of self-rule. The absence of a centralized authority and the threat of external invasion set the stage for a tumultuous period in British history. The arrival of Anglo-Saxon tribes from continental Europe further complicated the political landscape. The invaders gradually established their kingdoms, creating a patchwork of territories in what would later become England. This migration and settlement marked the beginning of the Anglo-Saxon Heptarchy, a term referring to the 7 main Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. The 8th to the 11th centuries witnessed the arrival of Viking raiders and settlers, bringing further chaos to the region. The Vikings targeted monasteries and coastal settlements, seeking wealth and resources. Their impact on the socio-political structure of Britain, particularly in the north and east, is evident in the establishment of the Danelaw, where Viking law and customs held sway. The majority of the population in Dark Age Britain engaged in agriculture. Communities were often organized around small farming villages, and survival depended on the cultivation of crops and the raising of livestock. The plow, often drawn by oxen, became a vital tool for tilling the land, while simple tools such as sickles were used for harvesting. Dark Age settlements varied in size and structure. Larger towns, remnants of Roman urban centers, gradually declined, and smaller, fortified villages became more prevalent. Houses were typically constructed using timber frames, thatch roofs, and wattle and daub walls. The social hierarchy was reflected in the size and quality of dwellings, with elite individuals residing in more substantial structures. Despite the political instability, trade persisted in Dark Age Britain. Local markets and trade routes connecting regions facilitated the exchange of goods. The currency system of the time consisted of various forms of bartering, including the use of silver and other precious metals. Traders navigated both land and sea routes, fostering connections between different communities. The spread of Christianity during the Dark Ages significantly influenced the cultural and religious landscape. Missionaries like Augustine of Canterbury played a crucial role in converting Anglo-Saxon rulers and their subjects. However, pagan traditions persisted, with sacred sites and rituals intertwined with the daily lives of the people. Monastic communities, often established in remote areas for spiritual contemplation and safety, became centers of learning and scholarship. Monasteries preserved knowledge from the Roman era, copied manuscripts, and contributed to the gradual recovery of classical learning. The Venerable Bede, an Anglo-Saxon monk, produced significant historical and theological works during this period. Dark Age Britain witnessed a flourishing of artistic expression, particularly in the creation of intricate metalwork and illuminated manuscripts. The famous Lindisfarne Gospels, produced in the early 8th century, exemplify the fusion of Celtic and Anglo-Saxon artistic styles. Skilled craftsmen produced intricate jewelry, weaponry, and everyday objects, showcasing the craftsmanship of the time. The legendary King Arthur, often associated with the Dark Ages, has become an enduring symbol of British heroism and resistance. The historical basis for King Arthur remains a subject of much debate among scholars. While some argue for the existence of a historical Arthur, others view the legends as a composite of various figures and events from different periods. The earliest references to King Arthur are found in Welsh and Breton literature, particularly in the tales of the Mabinogion and the Welsh Annals. Later medieval works, such as Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britanniae and Sir Thomas Malory's La Morte d'Arthur, contributed to the development of the Arthurian legend. The Arthurian legends, whether rooted in historical fact or embellished through centuries of storytelling, continue to capture the imagination. The figure of King Arthur, his Knights of the Round Table, and the quest for the Holy Grail have become iconic symbols in literature, art, and popular culture. The endurance of these tales reflects a deep-seated longing for heroism and a sense of national identity. The Dark Ages in Britain, often overshadowed by the myth and legend of King Arthur, were a complex and transformative period in history. The political upheavals, cultural shifts, and everyday life experiences of the people reveal a society grappling with the challenges of transition. While the Arthurian legends add a layer of mystery and romance to this era, separating fact from fiction remains a formidable task. Through an exploration of the tangible aspects of Dark Age Britain and the enduring legacy of King Arthur, we gain a more nuanced understanding of a pivotal period that laid the groundwork for the medieval world.